kind of funny. I'm going to make a little more dishes because I'm thirsty. Get some H2O up in here. Almost overfilled that. Okay, so funny story. Funny story here. Hilarious. So funny that I can't even handle it. Hello, Tori Lynn Travels. Hello, Freddie. Freddie's always here first. Martha, Sarah. So I'm turning this on to hot, right? Oh, shoot. I can't really show you, but trust me. Oh, wait. If I do this. Okay, this is all the way on hot. Nothing, right? I only have cold water. Right? I only have cold water. So what we have to do is we got to fill up this pot here. I got to warm it up on the stove, and then I can have hot water to wash dishes. Our freaking hot water tank broke, which is crazy because it's only 4 years old. It's just the valve, the water valve. I don't know, like it's an electronic thing. It's like a valve and electronic thingamajig all in one. Yeah, it broke. So that's probably good enough. So I can fill the sink up with some cold water, but washing dishes in cold water is doesn't work that well. So let's turn that up to 11. I should put a lid on it so that it heats up faster. Why don't we, maybe I should use the actual lid. Oh, actually I can use this. So I will use this. There we go. We will let that boil. How is everybody doing today on this Wednesday? I was just hanging out with Armando, the neighbor, doing some errands. Then I just got home and figured I would do some dishes, hang out with you guys if you were down. So yeah, our hot water tank blew up last year. Not fun. Huh. That sucks. Is that the funny story? I mean, it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny that like one day, right? Only cold water works. This has been for the last 7 days. This has not worked. For the last 7 days. I was like, what? So we had a plumber come out, $10,000 quote. I was like, $10,000? I'm going to get another quote. That wasn't just for the hot water tank. I was like, well, since you're here, give me a quote for the rest of the stuff we need to do. So it's probably a fair quote. But I got another quote today. And so they can fix this part for $1,200, a little less than $1,200, $1,136 or something like that, $1,136. And I was like, okay. Let me get one more quote. So I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get one more quote. Like heating it up here and doing this is inconvenient, but maybe I can get a quote for like, say, like $800 or something. I have no idea. I know like the unit itself is $400. Now to do the repair and to maintain your home insurance liabilities things, you have to have a freaking certified whatever install it, I guess I get it. And so if something happens because of whatever, the water tank, I don't know what would happen. They'll be like, oh, did you install this? And I'll say, yeah, I did. And then they'll be like, oh, okay, well, then we're not going to give you any insurance money. So I won't do it. I just know that the unit itself costs $420 actually. That's how much it costs. So I was like, so you're charging me $800 to take out the old one and put in the new one. I was like, okay. Okay. So we'll see. Maybe we can get a better quote. We'll see. We'll see. I just got home from work and I've been fighting a headache. How is your head, Josh? My head is okay today. Yesterday was a little crappy, but today not so bad. Not so bad. Dealing with it. Yeah, I was just running errands, got some beef jerky. There's this jerky. If you're in Spruce Grove area, and if you go to Spruce Grove, there's this jerky shop called Brick Smokehouse, I think it's called. It used to be called Will Hawk. Frick, it's delicious. I always get the 60 bag. I just got a text I'll have to get back to after. But yeah. Wise is about to go to bed with her wooden shoes. Of everything I got in my house, I like the hot water heater the best. You like the hot, yeah, well, taking a shower in cold water sucks. What I've been doing, because I'm not going to shower in the cold, is I just go to the rec center. I've been going to the rec center every day this month, or last month, I guess now it's March. Every day. Actually, yesterday was my 30th day on my pass, and then I went a few days before that as well. But anyways, I go every day to go to the hot tub. So I go in the hot tub because my neck, right? My neck, I think, is what's causing my head thing. I know a lot of you folks, if you've been following from the beginning of the brain pain thing, thought maybe it was a nerve thing. And that was probably like the top suggested thing. I looked into that, or I didn't look into it. Like, I looked into it as best as like a layperson could. And along with many other things, ruled it out almost entirely for a while there because I did the physio and I did the freaking IMS and I did the chiro and I did the massage and acupuncture and what have you. And then I went to Divine Spine and they took a different type of x-ray, and I don't know what makes it a different type. I think maybe it's just a different picture, just different angle. And you could see my neck. If you have ever seen an x-ray of a healthy spine, you'll notice, I'm going to exaggerate a little bit here, but your neck, say your head is here, right? From there, your neck, this is your head. Your neck should go like this. It should curve, right? So you'll curve, go around your your shoulder blades area, down your back, and then it'll curve in, and then it'll curve back out where your butt is, right? So it'll be like this, in a sense. I'm exaggerating that, but anyways, my neck, instead of having that nice curve, okay, imagine this is the curve, it's straight, and that straightness is terrible for you, and it stretches your spinal spinal cord, and I also have narrow passages for my vascular, for the arteries and stuff. And so stretching all that shit out this is the theory. This is the working theory that we're working with now. So it's stretching it. I have bad posture. I'm not so bad anymore, but right, it's stretching it and then looking down, which people will do, looking at your phone, working, doing dishes, all sorts of things. And that looking down, it stretches it even more up in here, and then it causes headaches. But since I have also, I forget what it's called, but since my brain is sitting on it's not sagging, but it is drooping, if you will. Sagging is bad. You don't want that because that means that there's no spinal fluid in there. But if it's drooping a little bit, that also means that let's say there's this much spinal fluid. Okay, so your skull, pretend this is your skull. Your brain is inside your skull, and it's supposed to be suspended in the fluid. And let's say you have this much fluid. That's a lot, but let's just pretend that's how much you have. I have, say, this much. So it's drooping a little bit, and it's when it's touching your skull anywhere in there, it creates agitation. I'm explaining this terribly, and I might have some of it wrong, but that's basically how I understand it. And so that causes a headache, and the headache obviously is causing the ailment and whatever. And then you can have like a headache, like everyone gets a headache, or you can have a headache where your life is falling apart because you're in so much pain, which is kind of what I have. Luckily, to get to the point here, I think I went to I don't know if you call him a specialist, but I went to a different guy, chiropractor guy in Los Angeles. And my brother Ken goes to him, and he's like a wizard at it, apparently. I don't know. I went to him while I was there, and I've seen some improvement. I don't know if he just adjusted me better. I don't know. But then he also suggested that I start working out my shoulders and my neck, my upper body, really, to strengthen it up a little bit. Anyway, I don't live there, so I don't see him anymore. I live here, so I started seeing this other girl here, and she decided, she's like, oh, let's just do maintenance. And I said, nope, let's not just do maintenance. Let's fix it. And so I went to it. Now I go to a different girl. When I say girl, I should say lady. Woman? I don't know. When I say lady, I always think that sounds like, I don't know. It sounds weird to me to say lady. Makes it sound like, oh, yeah, the granny who's getting groceries or something. I don't know why. That's how I picture it. Anyways, this woman, I go to her now, and she is pretty freaking awesome. It's a year-long program, which is, I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna go, but it costs. When I went to Divine Spine, it cost $3,000, and I went there for 3 months. So basically $1,000 a month, and I went there. I can't remember how many adjustments you get there, but I go to this other place. I go there twice a week. And there's 98. There's 98 adjustments, and it's like $2,500 or something like that for 98 adjustments. So I was like, steal of a deal. She's like, she said, she's like, now some people look at the price. I was like, I don't care what it costs. I don't want to feel like this anymore. You don't even have to tell me. I'm like, it'd be better if you didn't tell me. But she did tell me. And I was like, oh. I was like, when I went to Divine Spine, I paid that for 3 months. And she's like, oh, okay. Anyway, I go to the rec center. I go in the hot tub. I'm learning how to swim. I can swim now, kind of. I can't swim like this. I mean, I can. I've always been able to, kind of. But I suck at it. I don't go very fast. If I have to go too far, then I'm start drowning. So then I just go on my back and float, take a break, then I can do it, right? I can swim maybe the length of the pool. Maybe twice I could, but not very far. So what I've been doing, hot tub, then I go into the cold pool. I've been going to the hot tub for my neck to feel some relief. Go to the chiro, go to the hot tub, but I go to the hot tub every day. I don't have one, so I go there. How I figured that out is one day I was having such a terrible headache here at home. I just filled up our bathtub with hot water, and I just laid in there. And then it kind of started alleviating it. And I don't know if it's the heat or if it's the heating and laying down combination. I don't know. So I started going to the hot tub. Now I know how to swim, sort of. I do this one where you are on your back and you do this, and you do like the frog legs, right? I do that. I time myself to go to 25 meters or whatever it is. I used to take like a minute and a half. Now I'm down to 39 seconds is my best time to go across just one way. And then I go into the steam room. Then I go back into the cold pool. If someone comes with me, then we play with a little volleyball, not a volleyball, like a beach ball that's the size of a volleyball. And I'll try to make it fun because I hate being in the cold pool because it's cold. But anyways, you asked, how is my headache thing? I think we might be on the right track because I have never felt this good, I don't think. But of course, with time, maybe, who knows what all the factors are that go into it. Yeah, I've got some cold water coming in here. I'll wait to put the soap in until we get the hot water. That's not boiling yet. I want to wait till it's boiling. It's almost boiling. Yeah, so I've been doing that. Trying to get back to normal. Hello, Guitar Missy. Way to go, Josh. That's amazing. The 39 seconds or what? Dude, I'm just racing myself. And people are probably like, why is that guy flailing around? I don't know what is like the average swimmers I don't know what even that stroke is called. I don't know what is the average time it should take, but 39 seconds, I was like, dang, that's pretty good. I can't get lower than 39 seconds. Yesterday I did it twice, but it's better than nothing. I did it the first time and then I did it the second time. I couldn't do it again. The best I could do after that was 41 seconds. You get tired, especially someone like me who doesn't know how to swim, it's just, but I'm getting there. I was wondering if that was Chiari malformation. Yeah, I've asked many times if it was that. No, it's not that. I just got a text for another quote for my plumbing issue. LOL, you wouldn't say boy. No, but I guess not, right? I don't feel like boy to me sounds like little boy. Girl sounds to me like anyone can be a girl. Any age can be a girl because I don't know. When you say boy to someone who's not a kid, a child, it sounds weird. But if I say it, I mean, I guess it's just how I mean it. Like Renee, right? You're the one who said that, right? You wouldn't say boy. You to me are a girl, but are you a lady? Because you're older than me, I think. But I would feel weird calling you a lady because, to me, then it's like, I don't know. But woman is fine too. I don't know. It just feels, I don't know. I guess it depends on what you would prefer yourself. To me, when I think girl, I don't think of a little kid automatically. Somehow. I don't know why. Is that wrong? I don't know. Am I sexist? I don't mean to be. Hey, Ronnie, how you doing? Josh, that is the working definition of Chiari malformation. It's not. It's not. Or it is, and both of my neurologists... Oh, by the way, I'm going to get a third neurologist. What do you think that's going to do? Freaking nothing, probably. Two neurologists and my... What do you call him? A neurologist, but he's not a neurologist yet. He's a student. He's a... What do you call it? He's a intern. Intern? Intern, I think you call him. I forget how he introduced himself. Intern, maybe he said? In neurology? Frick. Forgive me. I don't remember. No, they don't think so. But, hey, they could be wrong because they also said, hey, these pills will help you. And, frick, not at all. And I also asked my family doctor and my what do you call it? The heart doctor, cardiologist. And he's like, we only deal with the cardiovascular, blah, blah, blah. So he didn't even know. I went there because remember when I fainted and broke my face? Some people said, hey, that happens to men when you pee. And I was like, well, maybe it does. And then he's like, yeah, that does happen sometimes. But he's like, but it's not normal. He's like, do you faint other times? I was like, yeah. And he's like, are you peeing? I was like, no. And he's like, well, there you go. I was like, oh, okay. He's like, who told you this? I was like, the internet. And he said, everyone listens to the internet before they go see a doctor. I thought that was funny. Uh, but that he's because the other day I almost fainted at my door, so I just sat down. I was just like, I'm not breaking my face again. I can't break the money maker again. That freaking hurt. Just I couldn't even chew anything because my teeth were like they were off to the side and all weird. Um, yeah. Anyway, so perhaps it is. Maybe I should see you. I don't know. I don't know where you're at, but anyone who has more knowledge than me, I don't know how many people I've spoken to about this. Many, and yeah, I'd like to know. I'd like to figure it out. Can you install the new tank yourself and then have it inspected by the county? I think that's what we did for ours. No, I don't need a new tank. I just need the new tank is like $3,000, and I don't have $3,000 for a new tank. I just need the valve. Brick House Smokery. Ah, that's what it's called. Thank you, Renee. It is, Josh. Please get a third neurologist who specializes in. Yeah, I can't remember why they told me why it wasn't. I forget. I think they said because it wasn't sagging. If it's sagging, then it is. But instead, it's just drooping. I can't remember what was their exact words. And they said, and then you don't have the other symptoms either. Some of the other symptoms, which are whatever. But hey, if you know what you're talking about, you know what you're talking about. Unfortunately, it's not as so easy for me to just get a neurologist. Maybe my third neurologist, the guy who they sent me off to, is that. I don't know. They immediately said no, it's not that. And they told me why, but I don't remember why. I wish I did, because then maybe you would be able to continue to disagree, which would give me more confidence to look into it more. But I can't remember. Unfortunately, I can't remember at all. That was a while ago. Sometimes I just say gal. Ah, I say that too. That's the patriarchy for you. Is it? Is it? I don't know. I think it sounds more endearing, but that's my ingrained sexism. I don't mean to be sexist at all, uh, but perhaps I am a little bit there. Josh, this probably sounds weird, but sometimes I sit in the shower and let the water just run on my neck or my head. It helps tremendously with my headaches. Oh, I did that before we had a bathtub. I did that, but it didn't help as much. And it's a lot of the looking down. If I look down all day, like if I'm working on my workbench or whatever, I really feel it. I really feel it. And like I noticed I've been remembering things from before. This is almost boiling. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but actually it might be boiling now. Oh, heck yeah, boys and girls. I mean, women. I mean, ladies, or whatever is the opposite of the patriarchy. That might be way too much hot water. I don't know. I'm going to fill it up again so that when I need to drain and redo, because I have a lot of dishes. I don't know if you can see. If I was part of the patriarchy, would I be doing the dishes? I don't know. Or I guess everyone's part of the patriarchy if the patriarchy exists. But you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. Okay, let me put in some soap too. Holy heck, that is hot. Woo, that is warm. Let me tell you, that is warm. Okay. Let me put this back on here. And then all the way up. Okay, that's hot. Let's cool that off just a little bit here. Just a little bit. Wow, that's very hot. Let's put a little more soap in there. I like to do it while it's running because then it suds up, you know what I mean? I don't know how much I need. That's probably about good. That's probably about good. Oh yeah, but now that I have my bathtub, I just go in the bathtub because then I'm not looking down so much. I mean, I guess I could just sit in the shower like this, but when I'm in the bathtub, I feel much better when I lay down. After, you know, sometimes it takes a couple hours, but after a little while there, it's not bad. But yeah, anyway, that's what I've been up to. I figured I'd do the dishes today because it's piling up, and I'm not really doing anything well today. Actually, I'm gonna be working on. Oh shit! I should put this in here so that the rinse off will go in this sink. I'm actually gonna be working on some baseboards that I'm reclaiming. Do you guys remember? If you watched my shorts here, you might have seen the one short where the 1x4 got all up against my basement patio door there, right? Well, that stuff we took off the ceiling downstairs, and we are going to reuse some of it on the ceiling, but other parts we don't need it. We decided that we are not going to do the in-floor heating, which I mentioned in that video. We were going to, but the type of fireplace we're going to get kind of renders the hot water in-floor heating, whatever, useless. We'll spend a bunch of money putting it in and then never use it. So I was like, oh, well, I'd rather get the fireplace because it looks cool. You can't see the in-floor heating, so I don't give a shit about the in-floor heating. I mean, I like how it feels. You ever go into like a bathroom that's tile and it's not cold on your feet and you're just like, ooh, that's warm. That's awesome. But yeah, I'm not worried about that. So we're actually not doing that now. But we are still got to put some of that up because just the way that our framing is in this house, the flex from walking, it'll move more than, say, modern with the IGF or whatever it's called. We need to do some sort of, I don't know what we're going to do, but we need to do some sort of movable material or like barrier, if you will. However, I think because we're dividing the basement a little bit, I don't need it all. So then if you watched my other short that I uploaded yesterday of me moving it, I was walking on top of the snow is crunchy, right? It's got like an ice layer on top of it. So I was walking on top of it. Here's some context if you've watched it, or even if you didn't watch it, you'll have to watch it later to really get what I'm talking about. But I was walking on top of the snow, so I just, some of you know that when I'm working, some of you have even worked with me. I talk to myself when I'm working. I don't know why. I just do. Sometimes I put on an accent, sometimes no. Usually, probably I do. I don't even know. And I usually don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, in this instance, I was walking on the snow and I wasn't breaking through it. And I thought that was funny. So I was like, I'm walking on water here. Or whatever I said, something like that. And then I said, I'm a carpenter. And I'm like, yeah, Jesus walked on water, and he was a carpenter. And so I was just about to say something to that effect. Something about the Lord or something. I can't remember what I was going to say, but right as I was about to say it, I freaking slipped on the ice and dropped the load of wood, which I just thought was like poetic. So I uploaded that. I caught it on my security camera. The audio is not the greatest, but if you have those Wi-Fi security cameras, you know that the audio is sometimes not very good. Oftentimes not very good. But anyway, the reason why I said all that long-winded nonsense is because today I'm actually taking some of that and I'm upcycling it into baseboard, which is kind of weird because it's rustic, because like it had nails in it all the way down the length of the joist, or not the joist, like it goes perpendicular to the joist, but you know, all the way the length of the room, let's say. So I had to take all the nails out, which I did yesterday. But today I'm going to sand them, prep them up nice, and then stain them. And then those are going to be my baseboards for my bedroom, I think. I don't think I'm going to vlog that process. Maybe I will a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But that's what I have going on today. Any signs of spring yet in Alberta? I mean, the snow is melting. The snow is melting, and there's ice everywhere, which is why I slipped. But you know what's a bummer? In one of the upcoming vlogs, you'll see we bought this truck, and yesterday I drove it to the highway because lots of people will see it, and then I walk home. I get my other truck, my white truck, right, which is my personal truck. I go and get that. I drive. I needed to go to the art gallery, and I needed to go to the frame, or not the framer, the what do you call them? The to Miles, to AirClicks, to get the scanners. I needed to go to the scanners because I just painted. If you follow my Instagram, you'll have seen that painting of George Orwell that I was working on. Anyways, I finished that. Brought it there. As I was going, I see a guy looking at the pickup that we're selling, and I'm like, oh, pull over, say hi, give him one of our cards, whatever. If he wants to take it for a test drive, take it for a test drive, whatever. I've taken it for a few test drives now, so, you know, I was like, if I'm here to talk to him right now, I might be able to sell it right now. But he was like, I don't know if I'm really looking. I just wanted to see how much it was, blah, blah, blah. And then he saw Ken and I, my brother Ken, many of you know him here on the channel. We sell rust-free truck parts. So he saw my little thing on my door, and he's like, oh, do you have a bed for this pickup that he's driving? And I was like, I actually do. Come to my house. We'll look at it. So we come here. He looks at it. He's like, okay, cool. Then he sees some of the other vehicles, and he's like, oh, okay, you're into Fords, blah, blah, blah. He looks at my truck, and he's like, oh, you have these kind of shop. Wait a minute, what's that? He looks under, and wouldn't you know it, I didn't notice this, but thank goodness he did, because I don't know when I would have looked at it. I guess maybe when I went to the car wash, I probably would have seen it, because I would have washed under there, and hopefully I would have noticed it. I don't know. My freaking, where the leaf springs, the shackle, I guess you'd call it, is like where the bushing is. It sheared off. So my truck is like, it's not it's attached, but it's not attached to the leaf spring anymore. So if I hit a big enough bump, we could have some serious damage there, I suspect. And I was like, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? So I have to get that fixed. It's like, you know, when bad things happen, or not that it's necessarily bad. I mean, it's an old truck, so things are bound to happen. But you know, you have to like take it in stride. Hot water doesn't work. Man, my truck, you can't drive it. But I've actually been looking for a couple vehicles. If anyone knows of these vehicles in your area, in the western part of the United States or Canada, don't go looking, but if you know of one, let me know. I'm looking, and these are very particular cars. I'm looking for a Ford Tempo GLS. The GLS is very important. I'm not looking for a Ford Tempo GL or the LE or whatever it is. I'm looking for the GLS, Ford Tempo GLS, the four-door version, or the Ford, and I would like a white one, which is kind of maybe too picky. Actually, for the GLS, I would take any color. I'm looking for a Ford Taurus SHO, the first generation. I think it's 83 to 91. maybe somewhere in there. That one I need white or silver. Four-door. I mean, they only came in four-door. Ford Taurus SHO. Or the Ford LTD LX. That one I'm actually more so looking for. The Ford LTD LX. It's a four-door car. It's basically a four-door Mustang, like the Mustang I have, kind of. That's how people describe it. I love that car. Or the Ford Crown Victoria Limited. The first generation, 1986. I don't know what it is. 1982, 3, 4, 5, 6, somewhere in there. With the slanted tail lights. I looked at one the other day. I took it for a drive. I offered her $2,000 and she said no. And I said, oh, never mind. The reason why I'm looking for a car is because I want to save some gas. I used to not care how much my truck cost in gas because I worked. And if I worked, I had money to pay for the gas. But now I don't work anymore. Hardly ever. So money is a little more sparse. So I was like, I'm driving all the way to my Cairo, which is in St. Albert, 45 minutes away. I'm like, that's $30 a day in gas. Dang it. So if I get a car, it'll be a little better. So if anyone has one of those, I would be willing to come get it. Depending on its condition and the price, obviously. Like one girl, she wanted $5,000 for her 1986 Crown Victoria, and I was like, I would probably sell it for that, so I don't blame you for selling for that, but I can't buy it for that, unfortunately. Dude, I love it when you wash dishes. Is that right? Crown Victoria is like driving a boat. Have you seen my truck? My truck is 22 feet long. I don't mind a car. The car would be what? 17 feet long? I don't mind that at all. Okay, this is almost boiling. I'm getting behind here because I'm just getting distracted talking to you guys. Let's see if we can get to some comments though. Hello, Cindy. Hello, Dark Shadow 63. Can you raise up your workbench temporarily? Probably, but working like this with tools right in your face, not advisable. Hello, Jim. I'm gonna go see Jim here in a few weeks, probably. My ex used to talk to himself too. He used to say, "I'm talking to the most important person in the room." Are you still getting Botox injections? I do. I don't know how well they help ultimately. I don't know. I think they help, but other times I think they don't help. The nerve blockers, those are the best because it's like instant relief. I wish it just took it away completely, but it never does. I mean, I've only had it twice. 4 shots each time, and then they like squeeze them in quite fast, so it kind of hurts when they do it. Except for the second time, it didn't hurt, and I was like, oh gosh, I wish it hurt. Because usually the pain that I feel that you should normally feel, it's very dulled compared to the pain that you're already in. Those of you who have chronic pain, like say you like stub your toe, like everyone knows stubbing your toe hurts, and it hurts quite a bit. However, if you're already in severe pain, it's like, yeah, it hurts, but nah, that's just annoying. Like when I broke my face, that definitely hurt, but like Ashley didn't think anything was wrong because I wasn't acting like anything was wrong, but like my orbital bone was broken in 5 places, and I mean it did hurt, but she's like, I didn't even know. You didn't even seem like it hurt. I'm like, well, that's kind of sad to me. Like it makes me sad that didn't hurt. I should have been acting like such a bitch, but I wasn't. That's when I say bitch, I don't mean that in a sexist way, by the way. I just mean acting like a wuss. Why am I so self-conscious about that now? It's because of Renee. Which, by the way, Renee is working on an awesome project for me. So thank you, Renee. You guys have kind of asked for this in a sense. So kind of fun, kind of cool. Don't know when it's going to be necessarily brought to fruition, but I'm kind of stoked about it. So thank you, Renee, for that. Okay, we have a little bit more cutlery here. This is like back in the Little House on the Prairie days, you know? You had to like go to the well. I mean, this is easier than going to the well. Then you had to heat it up on the stove. I remember one time I stayed at this Airbnb. Where was this? In I don't remember. Anyway, somewhere in the mountains. And they didn't allow you to take, to use a certain amount of water. I was like, dude, it costs like $900 to stay here, but you were not allowed to use the water. Hot water. We couldn't heat up the water for some reason. So, oh yeah, it was the shower. They said, limit your showers to 5 minutes. I was like, what? I was like, well, I didn't say anything about baths, and I just like taking baths. So I don't like bathing. Let's be clear. That's kind of gross. So usually you take a shower first, and then you go in the bath. Just relax, right? So I was like, okay. So the water heater thing turns off after, like, it's set to turn off after 5 minutes or maybe 10 minutes, whatever it was. And I was like, that's ridiculous. So I just heated up water on the stove and filled up the bathtub with water that way. I was like, you can't defeat me. Also, I'm never staying here again. Airbnb is ridiculous. Like, if I had an Airbnb, I'd want to be like, hey, let's make it so that people love staying here, not make it a chore. Oh, it costs $500 to stay here, and you have to clean it and do all the dishes and all this other nonsense. Like, doesn't make any sense. Maybe if I had an Airbnb, maybe I would get it. I'm not sure. I don't know. Does anyone here have an Airbnb who can shed some light? I'm just talking random here right now. I don't even know how I got onto this subject. Oh yeah, saying this was like the Little House on the Prairie days. But I have done that for real other times as well. Okay, that is definitely boiling. I can probably turn it off, actually. Hello, Vicky. Your truck is a yacht. Different than a boat, right? I drove a Crown Vic once. My air conditioner went out in my car, so I test drove the Crown Victoria for a week. Nice. High pain. I don't know if I necessarily have a high pain tolerance. It's just always being in pain will do that to you. I mean, everyone feels pain differently. Like, sometimes you'll see someone who can't handle, like, just the littlest bit of pain. They just react very, you know, I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for? Dramatically, maybe. And you're like, whoa, calm down, dude. It's just a whatever. But I don't know. Everyone feels things differently. I probably have a decently high pain tolerance, but I don't know. They say that, apparently, I think it's agreed upon that women have a higher pain tolerance than men. And I would say, dude, childbirth? Are you kidding me? No, thank you. No, thank you. Did I tell you about that time where that lady was giving birth in the parking lot? And I was like, ah, what are you doing, lady? Dude, this baby was coming out of her, and I was like, oh, man, that is rough. Dude, I almost threw up. I couldn't do it. I was just like, oh, no thanks. I'm so glad that will never happen to me. But yeah, for those of you who missed that story, I was visiting my mom in the hospital or dropping her off or something. I can't remember. Anyways, yeah, that's what it was. I dropped her off. So I dropped her into the hospital, and then I went back outside to go park the car. So when I when I was walking back in, this other guy. Oh, what the heck? How am I not getting this clean? How did I miss that? This other guy came up with his wife or girlfriend or whoever, and he's talking to the staff all calm as a cucumber. Now this guy was like from like, I don't know where, somewhere in Africa. So the calm demeanor on this guy, he's like, this has happened to me before, back home or wherever, I don't know. He's clearly used to it or didn't care. He's just like, yeah, my wife, or whatever he said, he's like, she is having the baby. And I'm like, oh, okay, let her in, come, yeah, let's go get it, whatever. And as I'm walking in, one of the nurses or whoever, one of the staff, she's like, I need gloves. She runs back inside, and she's like, I need towels, or whatever. Or someone else yelled, I need towels, something like this. And then I look, and like they're in this Dodge Durango or something, some sort of SUV, and like the door is open, and this lady's in the passenger seat, and her leg is up here, and and I was just like, what is that? Oh man, she's giving birth. I just said this to myself in my own head. I was not expecting that at all. Yeah. Kind of a weird way for a miracle to happen, you know? Kind of wish they came with the freaking bird with the long beak, you know? That's how I thought they came when I was a kid, because that was in the book that I read. It was just a bird carrying like a sack. I was like, what is this? Oh, that's the freaking stork. Like, what's a stork? Oh, they bring babies for you. I was like, what? Really? Yeah, that's where babies come from. I was like, what the heck are you talking about? Since when? Blew my mind. It blew my mind because it made no sense. It made no sense because it's made up, obviously. Where does that even come from? Does anyone know where the stork thing came from? One family homesteaded in northern Alberta, and they had to heat up the engine oil on the wood stove before they could fire up the truck engine. Dang. I agree. I can handle pain if I know it's going to end, or even if I know what's causing it, but never ending pain and not knowing what it is causing my over nerve pain, I think is changing my tolerance. Right? Yeah, no, that's the thing that sucks, is when you don't know like right now I'm handling the pain that I'm in very easily. Like I'm so used to it. But when it gets worse, I still I just get in a bad mood, and I just, it sucks. And it sucks because I can't do anything about it hardly. I mean, I can lay down. Like yesterday, I laid down. I took a pill. I have these indomethacins. They never help, but I took it anyway. But I hurt my back the other day. What was I doing? Oh, you know what happened, guys? I got chicken feed. I got chicken feed at the co-op. Okay, got another sink full of hot water. That's hot. We'll do one more just in case. Anyways, I'm getting chicken feed, and I got 2 bags. I think it's maybe 15 pounds a bag or something like that. I don't know exactly. I'm going to say maybe it's 40 pounds. I don't know. Anyways, I put them on my shoulder. Right? I walk, and for whatever reason, they have the feed at the back of the store. You have to go all the way back. They should put it like right at the front. Anyways, I go all the way to the back. Then I come all the way to the front, and this one lady was just kind of taking a while. I'm not sure what her deal was, but something was taking a while. So I put it down. No big deal, right? It's everybody's store. I put it down on the floor. And then as the line moves, there was two people in front of me. The one lady was taking forever, and then this person who was in, like, between us, if you will. And actually, let's do this. As the line moves forward, I'm like, okay, I'll pick up the bags of feed. So I bend down, I go to pick them up, and I'm gonna like wrestle them up, like, you know, in one like big movement. But as I go to pick them up, one of the employees, she like walks, like I don't know what she was thinking, but she like walked right in front of me as I picked it up. She must have not seen me or something. But I stopped because I would have like hit her with the feed, and she was kind of old. She was probably like, I don't know, she was probably 60 or something, so not super old, but old enough that, you know, you want to take some care and not bowl someone over with some chicken feed. So I stopped right in the middle, and like, I mean, 100 pounds is not the heaviest thing in the world, but it's still pretty heavy to just pick up and be interrupted in the middle of your pickup. So I like stopped, and I cricked my lower back, like kind of in my tailbone area. So then I was just walking like, I was walking like an old man. I was like, oh, this is ridiculous. And you know, the thing that sucks is she was actually walking to the key cutting machine. I don't know what you call those things, but you know, where you get your keys cut. So which was in the opposite direction. So she like walked right in front of me and then turned. I was like, ah. I mean, she didn't know what she did, so I wasn't mad at her or anything, but gosh darn it, that freaking hurt. Why did I tell this story? Talking about pain? Oh yeah, I took the endomethacin to see how it's supposed to work, because it never works for my brain pain. And I was like, I didn't take it the first day because I didn't even think about it, but Ashley was like, hey, you should try endomethacin. Take it, probably like maybe half an hour or maybe a little better later. I was like, man, I can walk up straight now. I could still feel that something was going on there, but it didn't hurt anymore. I was like, dang, I should take these all the time. I should just bring them with me. So if you have endomethacin, use it for that stuff. I mean, don't abuse it, because then you'll get a tolerance to it. It's not addictive or anything, but yeah. Well, so you have to get it prescribed, I think. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty good. Okay. I'm running out of space to put these. I'm gonna have to make a, I don't know what. I prefer the little manual transmission cars to putt around. And oh yeah, the Tempo and the SHO come in manual. I don't know if the LTD LX does. Childbirth, ew. Redheads have higher pain tolerance. I've heard that as well. I do have red hair, but not the ginger kind. Let's see. Can you see it? Maybe a little bit. It seems like cars with manual transmissions aren't common in North America anymore for new cars. Nah, not for new cars, no. Yeah, you know, you used to pay more for the automatic. Now you pay more for the standard because it's a novelty now. Oh, nice. Sean just texted me. He says my flyer for my art show, which if you're coming, it's April 5th, is live on the Westhampton Mall website. The real miracle is they go through it more than once. Dude, you know what? I do not understand. Okay, getting kicked in the nuts hurts so badly. And when people say, what hurts more, getting kicked in the nuts or childbirth? I heard this argument. It's hilarious. They're like, when you get kicked in the nuts, how long before you want to get kicked in the nuts again? And the answer for a sane person is never. Never do it again. Because I already know what it feels like and I don't want to feel it again. But for childbirth, you're like, oh yeah, I'll have another. So what hurts more? Of course, getting kicked in the nuts doesn't give you a child. It gives you pain and that's it. And possibly the lack of children. Didn't you and Alex meet because of the stork? Sarah L. No, we did not meet because of the stork. You actually want to know how we met? Earlier, I was talking about going to the rec center. I actually met him at the rec center. So not at this one, but at another one when I was, I don't know, maybe I was like 14 or 15 years old. I was at the rec center and I used to go there with my friend Sid all the time. And I don't know why, but they would have, what do you call it? Like training for scuba diving in the deep pool, right? So they would have like these props that they'd put down there and then you'd go there with your scuba gear or whatever. I never did it because I don't know how to swim. So I would just go there to go to the slides, hot tub, wave pool, that sort of thing. Anyways, they're scuba diving. People are scuba diving, normal. It's easy to see it. Anyways, my friend Sid, sometimes he would go too, and then like he always went to the scuba diving thing. And so he would wear like a wetsuit, which I thought was hilarious because he's just in the pool, like after the scuba thing is done. He didn't just, let me go change, put on shorts like a normal person. No, he stayed in his wetsuit that had like the zipper freaking lanyard thing and all that. Looked so dumb. Anyway, one day I go there solo and he's supposed to be there, Sid, but he's not there. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just chill, wait for him. I don't know what's going on. But then I'm like chilling on the hot tub and I look across and there's a dude with a wetsuit, but it kind of doesn't really look like him. Like it looks like him, but like the suit is different. It has like these reflectors, right? So it has like a reflector that goes down the middle. It had like these reflectors that went here and right here, and had the reflectors on his like down here, right? And I was like, oh man, that one has reflectors. And I'm not gonna go walk up to this guy and be like, never mind, you're a different person, right? I didn't want to embarrass myself. So I'm just waiting for this guy. I'm looking over there and like this dude, he's like jumping in the water and stuff. I'm like, he knows I'm going to be here. Why isn't he not being like, hey, where are you? Like, well, I guess he wouldn't have been able to, hey, where are you, Josh? But like he wasn't looking for me. So I'm like, all right, I don't know if I want to go up to him. Anyways, this dude, he's just doing normal stuff, I guess, if you're in a wetsuit. Anyway, after a little while, I decided, you know what, this guy is not coming up to me. I'm gonna go into the change room and I'm gonna check if I can see his shoes, because the change room is over here and he's over there. So I go into the change room. I'm looking around. I don't see his shoes. I'm like, okay, so that ain't him. Henry's barking at something. So he's not here. So I go back out there and I just decide to, just see who this guy is. And as I get closer, I'm noticing that those reflectors on his wetsuit are not reflectors. I'm like, are those zippers? Does this guy have zippers? Wait, is he wearing a leather jacket and leather pants? Jumps back into the pool. I'm like, there's a guy here wearing a leather jacket and leather pants with freaking zippers jumping in the pool. What is going on here? And you know who this guy was, jumping into the pool with leather, like a biker. It was not Sid. It was not my friend Sid. You know who it was? It was my good friend Alex. Alex was jumping into the pool with a leather jacket and leather pants. And I was like, I have to know what the heck this guy is doing. Why would you ever do something like that? And you know what it was? He was testing the shrinkability, or the lack thereof, let's say, the durability, the shrinklessness, whatever is the opposite of shrinkageness. He wanted to see how badly or unbadly this leather would shrink in the water. And that is how I met Alex. Wearing a leather freaking tuxedo to the rec center. And I asked him, dude, what are you doing? And he just explained it. He's like, oh yeah, this is whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm just seeing if it shrinks when it gets wet. So I brought it to the pool. And I was like, oh, really? And he said, no, not really, because the story's made up. That's not how you met me. You met me with the stork, remember? Sorry, I couldn't really make that story go anywhere. That one I didn't know how to work with that one. But wait, we haven't told an Alex story in a while. Stork myths may have been based on stork's migration patterns, breeding season, and association with family life. Oh, okay. That's the worst. I've never cricked my back lifting something heavy. Always something light. I just lifted wrong. Oh, yeah, I did that when I scooted over in a seat one time. I was like, oh. Yeah, and it lasts a few days, and then it kind of goes away. Maybe after 4 or 5 days, something like that, and then it goes back to normal. It just kind of has to work itself out. In my X-ray, you can see in my lower spine, it is a little off. But I don't know if that has anything to do with it or what. CBD. Oh yeah, I should try that. Hey. Gonna do any live paintings for the April show? I might do one. I was gonna do one for this last painting, but then I didn't. Yep, I was thinking that. No guy says it twice. Yeah, no one wants to do that. No one wants to get kicked in the nuts. Here's the show flyer. Oh, thank you, Renee. I must have liked it enough to do it 3 times. 2 boys and a girl. The pain of childbirth. Hello, Karen Pinocchio. That sounds like Alex. Like Michael Jackson in the Bad video. Oh, really? I haven't seen that. It's more like Austin Powers. Alex in leather pants. Not now. That's a sight for sore eyes. Now that's a sight for sore eyes. Yeah. Dude, can you imagine? You're like, oh, you could imagine though mistaking leather for a wetsuit. Now the true parts of that story is my friend Sid did wear a wetsuit. I don't know why, because he was not part of the scuba diving people. There was scuba diving lessons there, which Clint used to do. Or I don't know if it's lessons or like a club or what. Yeah, I just had to pull some things together for that story. I'm not on my storytelling game so much these days. Not sure I'll make it to this show of yours, just like last year. Hey, I don't blame you for not coming. I wouldn't offend me one bit. But if you do come, perhaps I will go back with you to your forge. But don't try to make it work if it doesn't work. If you're down to have that work out, that would be great. If not, I totally understand and wouldn't mind if we can't do it that way. But yeah, my art show is April 5th. Sometime in the evening. I have a meeting on Monday about all the things. I work out some of the details. But I think we've already established the time is going to be 4. I think 4 to 8. But I don't know exactly what we're doing for this show. Like last year, I tried to go all out, but this year I'm not. But I still want it to be like a fun, cool little experience for you guys who do come. I love it when people just buy my art. But if I can do something where you're like, hell yeah, this was a fun show, well I'm going to try to do that. If you came back with me, how would you get home? No, I would drive with you separately, if you will. Or maybe there's a car. No, we need to, because I need to bring my door, and then we need to make this gate or whatever. Or I don't know if we'll have time to do both of the things, but however long you'll have me is how long I'll stay in relation to how long it would take to do the projects. Yeah. Did I hit that up again? Oh, I put it on low. Let's turn that up to high. Frogman. Hello, Amy. What else can I let you guys know about? I don't know. Some of the things we're going to get up to, though, for the vlogs, I'm going to finish off the series of gold videos, but the rest of the footage is kind of boring. But you can kind of see what we do, I guess. And then after that, I went to LA. I don't know how many. Hey, Renee, can you look up how many videos I have left till we get back to the trailer videos? Hey, guys, I have some honey here. I was looking for this. I thought we didn't have any honey, so I stopped drinking tea because I kept forgetting to buy it, and there's some right there. What the heck? Random. How are the chickens? Are they inside for winter or still in their coop? Are they inside for winter or still in their coop? Oh, you mean like did we put them in the shop? These chickens can handle the cold a lot better, the new chickens. So they stayed outside all year except for Nugget, because we still have Nugget, Phoebe, and Millie, because they were getting picked on. So those ones are in the garage. The other ones are outside. But it's pretty warm now. Apparently it's going to snow next week, I think Ashley said. So we're not ready to take the plastic off the run yet, but hopefully soon. I mean, honestly, I'm a big fan of having our pond not be dry, so I would love it if it snowed more. But that's up to the nature, 11 more videos, and then the 12th one will be number 279. Thank you, Renee. Guys, Renee is knowledge. What was the thing that you remembered the other day somehow? Made me laugh. Because I was like, how the hell? Why would you even think to remember that? I can't remember what it was. You got a good memory. Or you take good notes. I know it's become kind of a, I don't know if you'd call it a joke, that Renee knows everything, but are you taking measures to make sure that you can answer everyone's questions? Just so you guys know, Renee is part of the patriarchy. So, she's not as cool as you think. I'm just kidding. Okay. Let's see here. Shall I change the water now or? Yeah, let's change the water now. Oh, actually, I'm an idiot because that hasn't boiled yet. Oh well. Oh well. I wonder if I could ring this out. Patty G! Hello, how are you doing? Patriarchy or Patreon? Oh, earlier she said that's the patriarchy, so I'm just bugging her. I picture Renee with a searchable spreadsheet. Dude, she probably has like you know, in Star Trek, how they press way too many buttons to get information. You know what makes no sense about? Sorry, we're going on a tangent here. Star Trek. They have everything is technology, right? The amount of buttons that they have to press in Star Trek Enterprise, the 2005 show, when they press buttons, they have to press like 30 buttons to do one, not literally 30. They have to press like 7 buttons to do one measly thing. And I'm like, what the heck? Is this like a McDonald's menu that you're trying to flip through? This is stupid. In the future, you should have better technology than you have now. And like, if I pull up my phone and I want to do one task, I press maybe a swipe and then a button. Why are you pressing 8 buttons? Makes no sense. The tech should be better. Right now I'm on Star Trek Strange New Worlds season 2. I can't remember what episode, but I'm watching it in chronological order, not in release order, chronological order. And to do that, you watch Enterprise first, and then Enterprise in the last season. There's 2 episodes that coincide with one episode of, or is it 2 episodes? Crap. Oh no, actually, it's many episodes of season 1 of Discovery. So I've watched, and then they have a flash forward to an episode of the original series as well, which is just an Easter egg. If you've already watched the original series. And then you watch The Cage, which is the unaired pilot of Star Trek, the original series. And then you watch Discovery, and then you watch the first 2 seasons. And then you watch all of Strange New Worlds, which is still on, maybe? Or maybe not anymore, I don't know. And then you go to the original series, and then you go to the cartoon. Then you go to the movies. Something like that. Anyways, I can't remember how the exact order goes, but anyway, when you go back and forth, you see like the special effects and the acting and the writing is terrible in the old shows. The Cage is the unaired pilot with Captain Pike and whatever, and Spock is in there too. Anyways, Captain Pike is in Discovery for the 2nd season, and he's in Strange New Worlds. He's the main dude in Strange New Worlds. But they like hark back to the unaired pilot from like, when did Star Trek originally come out? Like 1960s or 70s or something? Probably the 60s. And I think that's hilarious. Like, cuz you go from that episode to like way freaking better makeup effects, special effects. The writing is better. The cinematography is better, but it takes place like a few months later in the timeline. I think that's so funny. But anyway, yeah, Renee has one of those Star Trek things where they have that tablet that gives them all the information from the whole freaking universe. They're like, oh, they're speaking this dialect of whatever. Oh, this is a custom by these types of aliens that do this. Yeah, Renee has one of those. She even kind of has an alien name. Renee? I've never heard anyone have that name before. And if you spell it backwards, it's Ener, and there ain't no more alien name than Ener. Ener, Ener, Ener. That's probably actually how she talks to her her family and such. Live long and prosper. Oh, thank you. I used to have to press 7 buttons to call someone on my phone. Ah, yeah, there you go. That's old tech. I just got home from the gym. I'm finally restoring myself after years of issues. Good. Just because you do idiotic things doesn't necessarily make you an idiot, says Jim. Wise words. He's got a beard, so you know he's wise. He's got wisdom in those gray hairs. Ava's barking at someone. She can't really hear this window. The sound doesn't travel through it that good. Now all I have to do is say, call name. Yeah, Strange New World isn't over yet. Ah, it's a good show, though. 1966, that's when the original series came out. I tried to watch Chips, but the acting was so horrible that all I did was laugh. I've never seen that show. What about Brad? What about Brad? Bradleyan. Ah, the Bradleyan. Yeah, rest in peace to Bradley. I guess I'm wise then. Amy, you are wise. And you are like an eclectic... Dude, I wish you lived in a neighborhood so that the neighborhood kids could make up legends about you. Stargate's way better than Star Trek, just saying. I never got into Stargate. Well, Stargate SG-1 is the only one I ever watched. And it wasn't bad. It's just very corny. But so is Star Trek is corny. I've just started watching it because. Just cause. People talk about it. I mean, I like Star Wars, and people are like, oh, are you Star Wars or Star Trek? And honestly, they're two different things. So, I don't know what I am. And this isn't quite boiling, but it's almost boiling. There we go, guys. We're almost done these dishes. Does anyone have any questions that you would like me to answer? Like the old days, how we used to do this? Or are we good on questions? If only I was a crazy cat. No, you don't need to be. You got a cool, I don't know, nest about you. Dang, I am older. We had a party line when I was a kid. Dude, we had a party line when I was a kid. And I did not understand it. Because none of my friends had party lines. This is hot. This is very hot. So I was like, why can I just hear other people talking on the phone? I was like, what is this? This makes no sense. I was like, you pick up the receiver and like, you had to like, make sure no one else was already on it or whatever. Like, what is this nonsense? I'm just kidding. We didn't have one of those. We had something that I thought was odd, but I can't remember what it was. Or maybe someone else had it or something. Oh yeah, you had to like call the operator or whatever. Or what did you have to do? Where was this? This was in this town that my mom knew some people in. You had to... Oh yeah, and her freaking her friend got murdered by her son. Yeah, that was wild. I remember this guy, the murderer guy. I didn't know what murder meant when I was however old I was. But they said something about homicide. I was like, homicide? What's homicide? And they said, Jim. No, I'm not going to say Jim. Jim is awesome. I can't remember what his name was. Ben. Ben murdered whatever her name was. Mary. And I was like, murdered? Crazy. What is that? I knew what killing was. I didn't know what murder was. I remember their phone was weird. You had to like call someone and then they would call them for you or whatever. In this little town in the middle of nowhere. I barely remember their house, and I kind of remember what they looked like. But they were, yeah, my mom was friends with the lady, and then her son lived with her. And then he was a little nuts. He was schizophrenic, actually, I believe. And I didn't know that until years later when I watched Me, Myself, and Irene. And I thought that movie was so funny. And then my brother Ken said, hey, you remember so-and-so? What did I call her? Mary, because I didn't want to use her real name. And I said, yeah. And they're like, well, Ben, which I can't actually remember his name, murdered her because he was schizophrenic and something happened where he didn't realize what he was doing. And I was like, wait a minute, what's murdered? Well, by that time I knew what murdered was, but kind of nuts. Dang, what made me think of that? Oh yeah, the phones, the party line. Yeah, we never had a party line, but these people had that kind of a phone where you had to like call someone else to call who you wanted to call. The operator. But I was little, like I don't know how old I was. It's probably like, I think it was before I was even in school, kindergarten or whatever. I must have been 4. I was old enough that I can remember it, but I vaguely remember it. Like I barely remember. So I might actually be remembering it wrong. How does Ashley like the new lights? Oh, she actually does like them. She actually likes them like that. Question, can I be one of the cool kids? Why, you don't think you are already? I really enjoyed the sci-fi series The Expanse. It seemed to end kind of suddenly, though. Yeah, that's why I'm not watching it, because it ends unfinished, right? You're too young to remember party lines. Josh! Do you have plans to drive to the States this year? I do! How are your subscription numbers going? I was wondering if you picked any up from the gold mining series. I did not. Maybe I did. I don't know. It said that I lost 48 subscribers this week, or this month. I said, what? How dare you? I used to call time and temperature a lot as a kid. I didn't know it cost my parents money to do that. Oh, really? Our party line had 13 people. You had to ring central. They would put the calls here. That was my first grown-up job. Fun time. Huh. Is it true that on a party line phone, you could carefully lift the phone and listen to it on another family conversation? Yeah, you could, I think. Josh, I'm going to make banana bread. Have you made any lately? I have not. Josh is on a carrot cake kick. Oh, Ashley bought me a carrot cake. Dang, that is a great series. Gold. I enjoy it. Oh, I'm glad you like it. Bootjack Clay Shack. I made a carrot cake with apples and bananas and oats. Okay. You could call storyline to hear a story. Storyline? That's kind of cool. Why is the water blue? I thought I was seeing things because this dish is kind of blue. But the water is legitimately blue, but I think that actually might be from that thing. All right. Interesting. Does anyone have any suggestions for paintings I should do for my upcoming show? Of people or whatever? Anyone have any suggestions? I remember also calling a joke line. Did they have stories about how Josh met Alex? What? Oh, the storyline? Dude, that would be hilarious. We did the calls asking if Peeps had King Albert in a can. What's that? King Albert? Is that like a Prince Albert? Or if is your refrigerator running, better running it. Wait, that was that real? I thought that was just in Archie comics. I thought that was just something that freaking Reggie did. That was something that people actually said. That was a good joke. More chicken paintings, please. I know you aren't keen, but the rest of your comment went away. Gene Hackman might be the topical subject for a painting currently. Just because he died? I don't know. I mean, I liked him as an actor, but I don't see it selling. And I don't like him that much that I would paint him because I like him, you know? If someone commissioned me, then yeah. Have you thought of painting Kendrick? No, I'm not a fan of Kendrick. However, I don't like Drake, so maybe I would. So I would maybe consider painting him. I don't not like Kendrick, I just don't listen to his music. But I definitely don't like Drake. I always describe Drake as like the ugly cry face of rap. Just his voice is so irritating to me. He is Canadian. And if the shit about him is true, then I don't care where he's from, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Just to me, his voice is just it's so annoying, and his haircut, I can't stand it. I don't know why. I just don't like him. I do know why. I don't like him because his voice is annoying, and I don't like his music. We the best. We the best. He's like the Bob Dylan of rap. Just he might he might write good songs. Actually, I don't even think he writes his music. But let's just assume he does. He writes good music for other people to sing, like Bob Dylan. Great songwriter, Bob Dylan. But his voice, holy, how did he... I'm so glad that he didn't listen to what must have been the predominant conversation around him. Don't do it, Bob. You suck at singing. And he's like, I don't care. I'm going to sing anyway. And he did, and he's huge. He's a monster. And good for him, because if he didn't make it, he probably wouldn't have kept writing songs. And his songs are great when sung by other people. In fact, actually, there is this song by Drake that this like folk singer sings. I wish I remembered which song it was. It might even be like Hotline Bling or something. And I'm like, God damn, this song is awesome. I tried to make a Facebook status about it, making fun of Drake and also whatever, but it didn't come off humorous enough, so I was like, I'm not looking to hurt anyone's feelings. I mean, Drake would never see it, and he does not care what I think of him, which he shouldn't. But I wish I remembered what the song was. This guy, he's like playing guitar, I think. He changes the style and everything, and it sounds awesome. I wish I remembered what it was, but I shared it on my Facebook page a while ago, but I can't remember. Oh, I might be able to find it by just searching my page, maybe. Okay, last couple things here. Gene Wilder had wild hair and would be a recognizable portrait subject, especially in a series of wild hair subjects. Who was that boxing promoter? King? Oh, I would paint him. Not Gene Wilder. Jerry Garcia. The actress who played Olive Oil. Can't remember her name. She pulled it off awesomely. Willie Nelson and John Denver were both put in songwriter only category by record labels and were able to break through as artists. John Denver has a great voice. Willie Nelson has a terrible voice, but somehow it works for his songs that he has written. You know what? Okay, so maybe just in Bob Dylan, I don't know. It's like someone's choking a duck. How does it sound good? I don't know, but to some people, to many people actually, it sounds great. It's just, I don't know. It sounds like he's wrestling while singing, and it sounds horrible. But actually, there's one song that I actually like when he sings it, Knocking on Heaven's Door. That one I actually like. You know what I wish? I wish in the movie, the Bob Dylan movie that came out, I wish they had freaking, what's his name? Joaquin Phoenix play Johnny Cash. And he said he didn't do it because he doesn't make multiverses or whatever. That's not a multiverse. It's the same verse, universe. And they're like, wow, he's too old. But he doesn't look that old, so it would have been fine. The guy you got playing him looks the same age as Joaquin Phoenix, and he looks nothing like Johnny Cash. Not that Joaquin Phoenix looks like Johnny Cash, but you already have the Johnny Cash guy, and you made the Johnny Cash movie, so put him... Why didn't you do it? So I don't like Bob Dylan's music. I do like it, sorry, but I don't like his voice, so I'm not even going to watch that movie on purpose. I'll watch it eventually. But I don't care if I never see it because the Johnny Cash thing bugs me that, dude, you made the Johnny Cash movie. Apparently, of course, this could just be conjecture. Is that the word? But apparently Joaquin Phoenix was open to reprising his role as Johnny Cash. And so that's a missed opportunity. What else is here? Bob Dylan is a poet and a wordsmith, definitely. Olive oil to go with Popeye. Ooh, yeah, okay, that's why you're talking about olive oil. Another chicken painting would sell well. Maybe it would. You do the whole cast of Degrassi. Hi. If I had the cash, I would get you to paint my clay shack. Ooh, that might be cool. Dylan's early voice before the motorcycle accident was a bit better. He did win a Nobel Prize. Really? You know, Bob Dylan is so legendary that I'm surprised he's not dead. Because, like, people usually, their infamy only reaches this level when they've died tragically too early. Except for Johnny Cash, he died at an old age. Bob Dylan's still alive. But like Elvis dies early, right? He's 40 something or whatever it was. Amy Winehouse, Kurt Cobain, Jimi Hendrix. Who else? And those people all died at 27, the 27 Club, you know? Many people died at 27. Man, what a sad thing. now that I'm older than 27, I'm like, frick, that's not very much life. Ozzy Osbourne. Ooh. Dolly? Dolly, yeah, she belongs there too. But she, to me, I don't know. She's different. She's like, she's too nice. You know? She's too nice. I don't know why. She didn't get in a lot of trouble. I don't know. But maybe I'm. Ah, that's the sexism in me again, right? I don't know. It's just if she was more like, Amy Winehouse, just a booze hound, so it makes sense. Die early. Sad because her voice is awesome. Who else is there? Janis Joplin. Didn't she also die when she was 27? Yeah, I don't know. Stevie Nicks. Wait, is Stevie Nicks alive? Or no? Jim Morrison. Yeah. Jim Morrison. I mean, I only like Riders on the Storm. And I only like the Snoop Dogg version. uh Janis Joplin. Stevie is alive. Okay, Stevie is alive. Okay. See, she's freaking badass. Who? Yeah, man. There's a lot of people who have have had quite the impact. Mick Jagger or Keith Richards? Ooh, Mick Jagger, Keith Richards. Yeah, I could do either of them. Yep. Brian May. I have painted Brian May before. I could paint him again. Anthony Bourdain, Robin Williams. I probably wouldn't paint either of them. Maybe Anthony Bourdain. Robin Williams. Potentially, I could paint him. Elton John. I actually tried to paint Elton John a few times. There's this one concert he did with this at least one part of his wardrobe where he had like, hold on, I'm gonna let in. He had like this 5-foot feather on his top hat. And I was like, dang, I'd love to paint that, but I don't know how to fit that on a canvas because it'll look dumb if I just have him playing the piano way down here. And then there's like the only thing up there is just a big ass feather. It'll look kind of stupid. Isn't Mickey Mouse public domain? Only the Steamboat Willie version of him is. In a few years, a version of Mickey Mouse, since they always reiterate him, he re-enters the copyright thing. Okay, stop. Only musicians? No, it can be anyone. Neil Young. I painted Neil Young before. I could paint him again. Iggy Pop. Ooh, Iggy Pop. I would paint Iggy Pop. Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Yeah, maybe she's kind of a rock star of the was that political world? I don't know. But I don't know. Not a lot of people know who she is. Lots of people know who she is, but like it doesn't really fit into my thing. Jane Fonda. Yeah, I would do Jane Fonda. Michael Jackson. I painted young Michael Jackson, like Jackson 5 Michael Jackson. I could paint him again. I could paint him as Oh, actually I painted him twice. I painted him as the is he like a werewolf? What is he again? I'm not a huge Michael Jackson fan, but The Thriller guy. What is he in that? What is he in the Thriller music video? Is he a? He's a werewolf, right? Yeah. I did not paint Prince. Ruth Bader Ginsburg was social justice warrior and feminist, but could be polarizing. Yeah. Trump would be a classic. I have an idea to paint several politicians. I will get, I imagine, a lot of flack for it from the lovers of these clowns, but yeah, I don't know when or if I will do it. Bowie, ooh, I've done him 2 times at least. Could do again. Samuel L. Jackson. Ooh, okay, Sam Jackson. Now there is an actor who I would paint as Jules, maybe. As Shaft, maybe. Who else do I like him as? I mean, he's played a lot of good roles. I think Jules I like the most. Give me my wallet. It's the one that says bad brother. Doesn't say brother. Guitar Missy. Josh, did you send me the 2 prints I ordered? I do not know what you ordered, but I do not have anything here. Hold on. We must have. We must have. Please send me an email from the email that you've already sent from. Which, let me remind you guys, if you send a new email from a new email thread about something that we've already talked about, it makes it harder to find what you're actually talking about. So keep it the same email. Just reply to your own email or whatever if you have to. We will get it. It just makes it easier for us. 2 Nancy prints? Oh, I don't know. I don't remember packing that up, but I don't see the order here. So did anyone respond to you? I don't know. Okay, send me an email, please, and we'll figure that out for you. Toby Keith. I ain't as good as I once was, but I was good once, right? I love this bar. I wouldn't paint him, but I know who he is. A high maintenance woman don't want no maintenance man. If you're painting Sam Jackson, it's got to be Jules. Yeah, I'm thinking Jules. You know what? I love that. Will it sell? I don't know, but I honestly don't care because I love that movie. If you guys have not seen Pulp Fiction, see it. It's great. Eddie Vedder. Oh yeah, yeah. Shaft could be good as well. Yeah, those are my 2 like that are popping out to me. I can't remember. I mean, I know his other roles. Like, I'm not gonna paint him as Steven. No thanks. The amount of flag I'd get for that. Huh. In the right context, I guess I would paint him as that, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what other Sam like as what's his name in the Marvel movies? I wouldn't do that. I'm not into Marvel painting anyway that much. I mean, I used to paint them, Iron Man and stuff. Glenn says you could do Eddie Vedder and Bob Dylan doing a duet and put all kinds of unintelligible lyrics as the background for context. Dude, that would be funny. Waiting for the skull and the space helmet for one of them. Oh yeah, yeah, that's a good idea too. James Earl Jones. I would paint him. How would I paint him though? how would I do it where it's like, oh, I see what you did there? Because painting him, because like, what movie would I do? Coming to America? I don't even know what other movies he's in. Like Darth Vader. Oh, Darth Vader. No, that's not Darth Vader. I didn't know how to paint the voice. Mufasa, you know? Blade. Ooh, Wesley Snipes. Steve Carell or Rainn Wilson as their office characters. I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I think I'd have to be commissioned to do that. Charlotte Crawford, you gave me you're you came to my store, right? You said Char here. Char, can't remember. Yeah, you're awesome. You met Armando the other day. He told me about you guys meeting. For the office, it would have to be Dwight. False. It would have to be whoever I chose. False. Well, there are two main schools of thought. Paint Dakota. Nope. Chris Farley, one of the most unfunniest comedians I've ever witnessed. I do not understand it. Would I paint him? For someone else, I would paint him, but I don't know. To me, he just was not funny. I don't know why. He's just not. I don't know. Darth Vader in the title, I am your father. That would evoke the voice. Yeah. Can't paint Star Wars though, because I will get sued. Bill Burr. Ooh, I would paint Bill Burr, but not until I've painted a few other comedians. Like I've painted. Who did I do for comedians? I did the Three Stooges. I did Charlie Chaplin. I've done three Charlie Chaplins actually. I did, or did I do more than three? Can't remember. I did Richard Pryor. Perhaps that's it. Can't remember. If you ever paint Michael Scott, it should be with the bandana where he's acting like a gangster. Prison Mike. Prison Mike. In the clink. Thank you, Andy. Thanks. Yeah. Elon Musk is a supervillain. Okay. John Candy from the Spaceball. Nah, I wouldn't do that. Dilbert, like the comic strip? You could do George Carlin and call him Gramps. George Carlin, I might be open to that. Maybe. Aubrey Plaza? Probably not. I probably wouldn't paint her. Norm Macdonald. Norm Macdonald, man. Now he is so funny to me. And I've said this before, but he is so funny to me, especially when his jokes aren't funny. I don't know why, but that just cracks me up when he's just wasting people's time waiting for that punchline and it's not funny. Like the moth story. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Or when he's like just amusing himself. Golly, that's so funny. Oh man, bummer. Losing all the good Canadians. Jim Carrey, speaking of Canadians. Wait, was Norm Canadian? Yeah, he was, right? Am I mistaken? Jim Carrey, what role of Jim Carrey? The Mask? I could do. That's it. The other ones I wouldn't want. Maybe Ace Ventura. Yeah, I don't know. We got some good ideas coming in here. So Adam Sandler, I'd probably never paint Adam Sandler. Maybe I don't see why I would. I mean, yeah, it doesn't really work. Eddie Murphy in his red outfit. Delirious. I figured about your wife, Gus. Your wife's a Bigfoot. Dude, Dakota and I watched that for the first time. I don't know, we were 13 and 14 or something like that. Dude, we were howling laughing at that. Your wife's a Bigfoot, Gus. I figured about your wife, Gus. Dude, that was so funny. Oh, man. And she said to me, Goonie Goo. If I say that to Dakota, he will still laugh. Maybe not anymore, actually, because I've done it so many times, but man, Goonie Goo. Hilarious. Norm was Canadian. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Norm's delivery and diction was so very brilliant. It totally was. Dave Chappelle. I like Dave Chappelle quite a bit. Would I paint him? I'm not opposed to painting him. But I don't see it working, at least right now. Not for this next painting. The Mothman Prophecy. Has anyone suggested all three of Dolly Parton? All three of Dolly Parton? What does that mean? Because her boobs are gigantic? Is that what you mean? I heard a story that when Norm bombed on stage, he would shake the hand of all the audience as they left the theater. Norm's impish grin. Yeah, he's so funny. Bob and Doug McKenzie. Okay, I would paint them. Leonard Peltier? That's a writer, I imagine? I don't know who that is. A Christmas Story, Bunny Ralphie. I would paint that. Rob Schneider? No. Jim Carrey is attired. Oh, Ashley's home, guys. Everyone say hello to Ashley. Oh, she's around the corner, taking off her shoes.
How's it going?
Dude, Ace when he is butt talking, so just his butt and hands. Yeah, it's kind of funny, but I don't know if I would do that.
How's it going?
Good. Okay. Lieutenant Dan?
Wow, you did all those. I don't know.
Say that to...
The ones in the dishwasher too?
No.
The dishwasher was also involved.
I'll leave it for now. Everyone's saying hello.
Hello.
I do like Leonard Peltiers. Is that how you say that? As it ties into your native series as well as current. Oh, I don't know who that is. Hold on, let's look him up. Hey, did you try one of these?
I tried a raspberry one, yeah.
Did you like it?
It was pretty good.
Did you love it?
I didn't love it.
Oh!
It wasn't like the best ever.
Oh my gosh, okay. Well, I saved that one for you, but now I'm taking it.
Did you save one of the other ones for me? Because I didn't try one of the other ones.
No, I did not.
Oh.
But I did, but Armando ate it.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay, Leonard, what did you say? Leonard Peltier. Let's see. Whoops. Images. Unfortunately, I don't find him very interesting looking, so I'd have to be a fan of his work to some capacity, and I am unfamiliar, at least I think.
You guys are fun.
He was falsely imprisoned? What did he do?
Oh, there's no water at all.
Hot. There's cold. activist and member of the American Indian movement who was convicted of murdering. Hold on, guys. Oh, this is almost like an after church. If you guys are part of my Patreon, every Sunday at 3 we do what we call after church. It has nothing to do with church. It's just churches at like in the morning, and 3 p.m. is after church. It just happens to be on Sunday. So, who was convicted of murdering 2 2 FBI agents. No loss there. No, I'm kidding.
Why are you being so mysterious? What are you doing? Come here.
Oh, he's looking for his blue ball. I threw it down there.
Oh.
And I don't know where it is.
Oh.
That's all he's looking for.
What are you doing?
He was sentenced to 2 consecutive terms of life imprisonment. Okay, so he denies the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation in South Dakota, which he denies. He was sentenced to 2, blah, blah, blah. Had a sentence commuted by Joe Biden shortly before he left office. The date specified by the grant, blah, 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 blah. First read my life is my Sundance. He admitted to participating in the shootout, but said he did not kill the FBI agents. However, witnesses say he confessed, including this person who testifies against him at trial. Human rights watchdogs such as Amnesty International and political figures, including Nelson Mandela, Mother Teresa, and the 14th Dalai Lama, campaigned for clemency of him. At the time of the shootout, he was an active member of AIM, an indigenous rights advocacy group that worked to combat the racism and police brutality experienced by Native Americans. Well, I mean, I can get the plight, but if you're going to murder people, I mean, you still got to... I mean, if he didn't do it, then he didn't do it. But he's like, well, I took place in the shootings. I just didn't kill them. I mean, that's pretty awful. But was he defending himself and all this? I don't know. I'd have to look into it. I probably would not paint him because I don't have an opinion about him yet. And so someone would be like, so why did you paint him? And I'd be like, because. It doesn't really work. So for some of the other people, yeah, you can say just because there's no heaviness that comes with it necessarily. You could do Putin or Grandpa from the Munsters. Same. The Crow. Okay, the Crow. Freaking, what was his name? Jason Lee? Oh, he found it. Oh, where was it?
Under the stairs.
Oh, I looked for it. I couldn't see it. Louis Riel. Gabriel Dumont. Louis Riel, I remember my old boss always said, he's like, do you know who Louis Riel is? And I'd be like, yeah. And he would hold up his coffee mug and he'd be like, he's a good man. And then he would slurp up his coffee really loudly. And I never got the reference, but he would say it basically every day. You know, Louis Riel? And he would try to say it in a French accent. And I'd be like, yeah, I mean, I know who he is. He's a good man. Does anyone understand why he would do that? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. But he did it, and he always thought it was humorous. I don't get it. Run. Okay, well, we have Jeff Goldblum. Yeah. Yeah, I do like Jeff Goldblum.
You'd be good at that.
Yeah, but what character do I paint him as? Do I just Jeff? Just him?
Just him.
He's very good style. His voice and his mannerisms. I love him. Okay. So I have a 30 by 40 canvas. Okay, the ones that I like so far that we've come up with here. Well, I have a few. So I like Sam Jackson. Whoops. I like Jeff Goldblum. Oh, you know what I would do? I would make it part of my my behind the scenes series. Like the one that I did of shoot, I forget her name, but Ellie Mae Clampett, and she's in their barrel, and then she's getting her makeup done. I would do something like that. A made up behind the scenes. My Terminator, where it's side view, throwing the roses getting thrown out when he takes out the shotgun. That scene doesn't exist in the movie, but it might be an on-set behind the scenes picture. I want to do some behind the scenes photos that don't actually exist. I just want to make up my own, as if I was there and this is a photo that I took, but painted instead of a photograph. So I could do Jeff Goldblum and I could do Sam Jackson, as Jules. Jeff Goldblum in any of his movies. Oh, in Ragnarok, dude, where he's wearing that robe and he's like, dude, I love that. I love his ness. Okay. What were some of the other ones that I liked? I can't remember now. The moth from the movie, The Mothman Prophecy is what I meant. Sorry, I have a habit of not finishing my thoughts. I have not seen that movie. I have heard of the Mothman, like the legend, like the cryptid Mothman or whatever. Leonard Nimoy with a hot dog.
Thank you for watching already.
Leonard Nimoy with a hot dog. I like that. I like that a lot. It would not be part of my hot dog series, but it would be adjacent. Or maybe it would be. Maybe it would be. You know what I would do? Oh my gosh, I gotta keep this. Should I secret this or should I do it?
I honestly like the superstore ones better.
Sacrilege. Okay, I have Krispy Kreme donuts here. Okay, we got Krispy Kreme in Edmonton. And Ashley just told me that she likes Superstore. Okay, that's like Walmart if you're not Canadian. Or like Safeway. It's more like Safeway than Walmart. Okay? She likes Safeway donuts. Well, Safeway donuts suck. She likes Superstore donuts better than Krispy Kreme. But what about the regular glazed?
Krispy Kreme?
Yeah.
I don't know what they taste like.
Oh my gosh.
I can't compare. Oh boy, now you really lost it. Now what? Now what are you gonna do?
Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. I just want to look up. I want to see if just anything just exists. Images. I don't know if I want to keep this as a surprise. I mean, no one will get it and no one will know that I'm referencing this conversation when I release it. But okay, this is going to bug me if I don't tell anyone. But I'm going to... Okay, so we have the Leonard Nimoy with a hot dog, but what about Stanley Kubrick with a hot dog? I wanted to see if there was any, like... Because lots of people believe that Stanley Kubrick made the moon landing footage because they don't believe that it actually happened. Which perhaps it didn't. I don't know for sure, I guess. But I believe that we did go to the moon. But I wanted to see if I could find... That one I could put in the series. Maybe. I don't know if I would. I guess it would just be a nod to the series. Maybe I would do... What's a number that's... Maybe I'd do Phoebus 138. Or something. I don't know. Because my hot dog in space series is Phoebus 11, which is a nod to Apollo 11, which is the first mission where they brought hot dogs to space, but this is like alternate universe. Yeah. Truman Capote with a hot dog. That I don't get the reference. With a duck in the background? Right. Well, the duck, that's on Mars. Kathy Bates from Titanic? Kathy Bates. From Titanic? Isn't she from, like, the Bates Motel? Patty G doesn't like Krispy Kreme. Bob's Big Boy. Samuel L. Jackson. It might be interesting to mix it up, like Leonard Nimoy having a hot dog with Ozzy. Makes no sense. That does make no sense. And that might be funny, but keep in mind, I need to sell these. Would anyone buy that? Maybe. Who would, though? The Big Lebowski could be good for behind the scenes. Okay. Jeff Goldblum in Powder? Wait, he was in Powder? Wait, Powder. Wait, is that the one where the boy has, like, special powers? Or no, wait, that's Kevin Spacey, isn't it? What about Stanley Kubrick having a hot dog with Jim Carrey as Andy Kaufman from the Man in the Moon movie? I haven't seen that, but that also doesn't make any sense anyway. Jackson Pollock doing a painting? Jackson Pollock didn't do any paintings. He just made messes. But perhaps. Steve Buscemi. Sorry, I thought you were native. No, I am. What are you sorry for? Hold on. What was your last comment? Donna. Or wait, you're the one who said the dude who, right? Or I can't find your last comment. Oh.
Are the chickens good?
They are. I don't see your last comment. Maybe you were the one who said something about what was his name again? The dude who got arrested for killing the FBI agents. Oh, did someone suggest Leonard? Oh, yeah. Well, just because I'm native doesn't mean I've heard of everyone else who is native. But I'm not opposed to it necessarily. I just don't know who he is, and I don't have an opinion on him, and it doesn't make sense to paint him for me anyway. Doc Brown, Back to the Future. I could do some behind the scenes of Doc Brown, something or other, but I have never seen Back to the Future, so... Well, you didn't? Never, none of them.
What?
You have?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you haven't seen frickin' The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
I have not.
So, and that's a
I
classic.
feel like that makes more sense.
What? That's a classic.
Oh, Back to the Future is a classic.
There are new discoveries in Jackson Pollock's work. Oh, really? I wouldn't know what they are. That'd be cool to know if they made sense in a way that previously don't. Just had to look it up. Jeff Goldblum was in Powder. I don't remember him in there. Jack Nicholson, The Shining. I would paint Jack Nicholson. Would I paint him in The Shining? I would. And I have, actually.
Haven't you already?
Yes, on a door. On a piece of wood and on a skateboard. Seymour from Little Shop of Horrors. I haven't seen that. Tom Hanks with ketchup? What is that referencing? Did he only have mustard in Forrest Gump or something? Okay, I think we have, with these 4 ideas, I can come up with something, maybe. Jack Nicholson, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Yeah, that movie was very boring to me. Although I kind of have an idea. You know when they do where they like shock him? Or do they shock him, or who do they shock? Behind the scenes could be him shocking the director for pretend, you know? Hello, Daryl. Jack Nicholson as the Joker. People think that he was a very good Joker, but when I saw that movie, I didn't really appreciate it. But if I watched it again, I might like it. You know what I might have fun with? You know that super long pistol that he has that he pulls out of his pants? I might do something with that. See, the thing is like I have to be able to like create an image that doesn't exist. And I do that by searching lots of reference. And there is lots of reference of him. But I guess I'd have to watch the movie again, too, to see what the set looks like. Because I kind of forget. I mean, I'm sure I could look up pictures. Well, they haven't eaten yet. You know what? Maybe I'll go now. I'll think on this. If there's any last second... Tom Hanks was in the movie about the module failures. They had ketchup packets. Oh, in Apollo 16 or whatever, Apollo 19, Apollo... Yes, I totally forgot about that movie. Gosh, darn it. Apollo 16... What was it? Apollo 18? Apollo 17? Apollo 19? I can't remember. Pedro Pascal as the Mandalorian. That's the only thing I've seen him in. I think. 13? Apollo 13. Anyone from Mad Men? Never watched it. Although Ashley's a fan of, what's that chick's name? What? In Good Girls? With the gigantic personality? Yeah, that's how big of a fan she is.
Yeah, not that big of a fan.
Okay, well, she liked her in that show, and she liked her in some other show. Probably she's not a big fan. She's just like, oh, she's in this show too. We should watch it. Oh, I forget her name. I could paint her. I know that she's in Mad Men, but she's not?
Is she?
I don't know.
I haven't seen her in that many shows. Good Girls.
Christina Hendricks is her name. Yes. I like Ozzy, The Crow, Norm from this list, and as always, Jerry Garcia. Okay, let's put down Jerry Garcia just to get the moderators on our side here. Sinéad O'Connor. Yeah, dude. What's that song? The only song that I know by her? What's that song?
I don't know.
Come on. Come on.
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
No idea.
You know it. Everyone knows it.
I don't know it. How does it go?
Let me look it up. I forget.
Let's sing it.
I don't remember.
Sing it.
I just if I know the title.
You didn't eat your carrot cake.
Yes, Nothing Compares to You. You remember it?
No, can you sing a bit of it? I don't know the tune.
I can't remember the cadence exactly, but it starts off, it's been 7 hours and 15 days since you took your love away. I can't, like, she has a good voice. I obviously don't.
I don't know.
Hold on. Let's see if we can pull it up. I'm going to get demonetized. Oh, how do I do this? Videos.
There you go. Come on. That looks so much nicer now. Look at that.
TEESPRING, we print signs so people can see your brand up close.
You know this? You
We
know this,
also
Karen?
print signs so that people can see your business here, see it here, and see it here.
Okay, ready? Wait, I'm gonna get demonetized, so give me a second. Come on. That's such a good song.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, there we go.
I do not.
Okay, we need to get Dakota over here for a duet. Hey, Glenn. Holy crap, these singing voices run in the family. She's a very interesting woman who's had struggles. Well, she died. Did she not suicide herself? That's sad.
Are you guys hungry this afternoon?
Chris Cornell and Prince versions.
You want supper?
Maybe her ripping up the Pope ended her career. What? Ripping up the Pope? I'm unaware. Steamboat Willie is public domain now. The original. Yeah, I painted him for my last show, but no one bought him. Gosh darn it. Plus, waiting for you to paint apple flavored Dawn, so that'll come later. Tracy Chapman. He's got a fast car. Dude, I love that song. You know what song I love even more is Bang Bang Bang. Frick! Sometimes I just get into this, you know? Oh! On my Patreon, I said I was going to make a playlist for my next build of the month. So I should start thinking of songs to put on my playlist so that we can listen to the playlist together while I build whatever I build for the giveaway for March. Yeah. Okay. I love how he asked us and don't look at the chat for answers. Sorry. Well, we figured it out. Boy George. Nah. Sinéad O'Connor would end up at this house. Oh, that's who it is. Sinéad O'Connor, and it's going to be $7,000, okay? Sinéad O'Connor. I don't know how I would paint her, though. She is interesting looking, especially with the shaved head. Did she, like, pretend to be Muslim for a little bit or something? I don't know her that well. Yeah, okay. Yeah, right here. She's Muslim and smoking. That doesn't make sense. Or does it? Yeah, okay. I could paint her. Especially here, like she's got the cool glasses. I wouldn't paint this picture necessarily, but I would paint this, whatever concert this was. Okay, I'm going to add her to the list. I don't know if I would paint her, and I'm not saying that just because you said you would potentially buy it, but I would start listening to her music so I could get more into the flow and kind of, figure it out. Wait, she was also...
I can't get that one, I'm sorry.
I'll get it. All right, well, we'll figure it out. I don't know if I'll paint her or not, but ooh, I like this. Okay.
Can I go before?
You know what? Oh yeah, of course. I think I'm gonna put her on the list to paint eventually. I don't know if I actually will, but I'm gonna definitely think about it. Oh. There's like so many cool images, which I wouldn't paint these exactly, but I would paint something like them. Okay. Simon and Garfunkel or together? Simon or Garfunkel or together? Nah, I probably wouldn't paint them. Tearing down the whole house. You might be able to grab it. Just crawl under there, you little clam.
Oh, against the wall. Here we go.
Go get it, Cheens. Go get it for him. Go get it for him. Henry lost his ball underneath the counter. Or under the cupboard. Do Yoko Ono? I would never do Yoko Ono. The singer Jack and Josh aspire to be. Ah! Dude, she is so irritating. Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys? I love how I ask this and don't look for the chat for answers. And then Sarah says, also a family trait. My bad. You can use any of Ren's songs or rap in a video that he won't copyright strike you. Also, Sinead loves him. She wrote an awesome comment about him on her socials not long before she died. What? Ren allows you to use his music? No way. She was blacklisted by record companies after that? Wait, after what? After... Hold on. After doing what? Boot Jack, hold on. Did you say something up here that I missed? Or did I say something? After the Muslim thing? Or what? I don't know. Anyway, okay guys. That's it. Oh, did you get any more cran black cherry? Dude, cranberry black cherry, guys. So delicious. If you don't like cranberry juice, don't worry. It doesn't really taste like cranberry. There's a little bit of that bitterness in there, but like that black cherry, dude, it tastes like Kool-Aid. But I mean, I'm sure there's added sugar to it, but Kool-Aid is like pure sugar. I mean, juice is essentially sugar because there's no fiber in it, but who cares? It's delicious and you should drink it. Cranberry black cherry cocktail. Sacagawea. Oh, Sacagawea. That would be cool too. That's good. Good suggestion, Martha.
Also, don't you have like a whole container of it in here?
Oh yeah, could I grab that for me? After ripping up the Pope's picture on SNL. Ah. What? And she was blacklisted? Because the Pope listens to a lot of music? And then the music industry was like, wow, I mean, if we want to keep getting the Pope's business, I don't get the... Who cares about the Pope? Why would that matter? Actually, can you give me my to-do list and remove the rip up Pope's picture? I don't want the backlash. I don't get why that would matter so much. I mean, I get that's kind of disrespectful, but like, why would the whoever be like, oh shit, that's a little edgy, let's not do it, when like the whole like, when did this happen? Did Mick Jagger exist at the time? Because did Freddie Mercury exist at the time? Did Prince exist at the time? Yeah, Prince did. Oh, and he got in trouble too. Wait, and didn't they collaborate on that song? Or isn't that... Whose song is that? Wait a minute. It's a conspiracy and it goes all the way to the top. Is the Pope the head of the music industry? They have a pretty wicked choir. Wait a minute. They faked the moon landing, didn't they?
Full circle.
All right, guys. I got to look into this. I have to go. I will see you guys at my show, April 5th. April 5th, 4 to 8, I think. I don't know. Yeah. What brand? We got the President's Choice brand, which is like a superstore. Actually, I think it's the best. I got a good list here. Thanks for being here. It was a good conversation. You learned how I met Alex. And we washed the dishes. And had some good time. Now I got to fix my hot water tank at some point here. Got to fix my truck. and do all that. Do a vlog, a couple different things. So I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Have a good night. I think that's all I wanted to bring up. All right, goodbye.